Hey everyone, Chad here from Here We Go, and I got a little bonus video for you here today. If you watched my last video, tip number 3 on my 5-part series, it was my one-way ticket finder. And I'm actually going to kind of expand upon that a little bit. This is going to kind of be, yeah, maybe like a little advanced video. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be combining some of the tips. So we'll be taking, some of 1, 2, 3, all of them. But if you haven't seen those, go back and watch tips 1 through 3, and then come back and watch this video. All right, and make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for us. And then we're going to go ahead and get right into it. So, like I said, I'm going to be kind of expanding upon my last part 3 video. So I hope you guys went back and watched all the other ones, because I'm going to be combining a little bit of the tips and tricks here. So let me go ahead and share my screen. So if you did go back and see that video, we were in Google Flights. So we were going from Denver to Budapest. We went from Denver to Newark, and then Newark into Budapest, and the total was $286. So pretty good. Although we did have a overnight layover in Paris. So what I'm going to do here today is I'm actually going to see if we can find where we don't have an overnight layover, and then we're going to add one little tip. This is actually from tip number 2. So let's make sure that we still have the same flight. So if you remember, we were going from Denver, and it was on the 23rd of September. We were going from Denver to Newark. And that's still the same, $69. And then this is where we're going to get a little bit different. We just did a flight from Newark to Budapest, and we didn't spend a whole lot of time. We didn't look that much, but it was through Paris. So what we're actually going to do on that same day, we're going to see what we can find into another city. All right, so it's kind of just a little expansion from Newark. So we know we can get there for $69 from Denver. If we pull up over here, see, we've got other options. We've got London, for 154, Dublin 193, and then we got it for 188 from there. But that was with an overnight stay in Paris. But here, this is what we actually have. We can actually get to Paris. So let's see what that one's all about right there. So we can get from Newark to Paris. Great timing. That still fits with our Denver flight, which gets in at 7:37. So that's great. And then we get into Paris. It's nonstop into Orly, same airport, at 1:20 p.m. And that's the one that we were going to do the overnight on. But we're going to expand it. Now, since we're in there at 1:20, we get there for 1:41. Let's just see what we can find from Paris into Budapest. So we want to continue from there. So Paris, and this is where we're going to get a little different. If we go from here to Budapest, and like all these, they don't always work out, but these are to get your, once you start combining these tips, you can really start to find some good deals. So now we're going to go from Paris to Budapest. Although we do need to do something here. We need to change this date. It's actually the 24th, because when we get into Paris, we lose that day on the way over. So always remember that. That is crucial, that you do remember that. So here we get in at 1:20. So we need to find any flight after 1:20 p.m. in Paris. So this one won't work. This one won't work. This one will work. 4:40 p.m. gets in at 6:50. It is $115, but we still, if we did need to get into Budapest or we didn't want to stay overnight, we get in at 6:50. However, look here. So it goes out of CDG, which is Charles de Gaulle. We get in at 1:20, and this flight leaves at 4:40. That's not bad. I would do that. It's probably going to take you could take public transportation. It'll probably take you about an hour and a half to get from Orly to Charles de Gaulle. So you're pushing it a little bit. But again, this is just example sake. I mean, obviously everything's going to change. You never, depending on what cities you're going to and all that, but good example here. So what we can do here is we can take public transportation from Orly into Charles de Gaulle, and that'll probably, that runs around $20 to $30, and it takes about an hour and a half. But if we do that, we can get into Budapest on the same day for 115 plus the 141. So it is going to cost more. But again, we're not, if you did need to get there that day, good example. So if we have 115 and 141 plus 69 that we had going from Denver. So we're looking at around 325, roughly $325. Now you got to add about $20 to $30 for the public transportation all the way to Budapest from Denver without a night layover in Paris. So if you did really want to get there, you would get there by 6:50 p.m. This one might be a little bit tighter, especially if you did check a bag, but you know me, I don't check bags, any kind of thing like that. So keep that in mind. But again, this is just a good example, you know, and compared to the other flights, when you're getting in the same day, I think that was in the 800s or something like that. So you're still saving, you know, $400 or $500 from those original flights. So all right, so yeah, that wraps up just a little bonus video. Just kind of wanted to expand upon the third tips video and show you that, you know, as we progress through these tips, you know, you can start combining tips a little bit. We kind of combined the third tip with, you know, one-way tickets, but we also use transportation to get to another airport in between. So just to kind of get you to start thinking about different options while you're looking for, you know, your travel and everything like that. So I hope you all liked it, and we'll see you on the next video.